Should be live. All right. Oh, Mysterio. Why? I mean, thanks, but also why?
The rumor has it you're doing a push for Sinister Six soon.
Ah, yes. And by soon, I assume you mean right meow. Complete reward.
All right, how many bullshit awesome character opportunities are you gonna get before this
free-to-play
run
runs?
that is just purely
until it was like
purely
who's to say? Certainly not I.
I don't have a YouTube notification on your Discord yet.
I haven't put it up yet.
Okay.
I have to manually put them up.
That's fair. Like, it probably goes up when the video is completed as opposed to...
Yeah, for some reason, it doesn't like to tell you when you go live on YouTube. Whatever. Not my circus. Boop. 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 All right. What's up, Bamf? How you doing? How's Compton doing right now? Did you come directly from there? Were you straight out of Compton? What's up, Tony? Just unlocked Ultron. Should I tier 4 all of his abilities? You can start with the only one that's super duper important is this the summon, his special. But every other one is a great investment. If you're a little bit low on tier 4s, start with the special and the ultimate. Then you can get the passive and the basic. Those just kind of round them out for like raids and stuff. How's it going, Gary? Evening, SD. Was born and raised in Compton. Nice. What's up, Mike Iverson? All right, so here's what we got. Just wanted to make sure I got everything going, which I did. We got the slowest possible grind past level 60. What are you gonna do there? Probably nothing. We have went through Dark Dimension 2 in 3 days. Nice. Someone gave me a tier 1 on your channel on Twitch. Nope, dope. I have a bunch of people who like to give sub out, so if you were around, they just give them to random people. Hey Jack, what's going on? I'm living the dream, bro. How you doing? Nice on DD2 in 3 days. When you have a good setup going into Dark Dimension 2 or Dark Dimension 1, like they're all totally doable without any specific character. You know, like that's something a lot of people don't hear, I guess. They'll hear someone say, what's up, father? Like, oh, I don't have this character. Can I do Dark Dimension? It's like, yeah, of course you can. But you're going to have to put way more effort into the other characters than you are using the best characters for the fight. So let me turn on the sound. Can I turn on the sound in this game? I don't know why I would do that. Huh. No, it cannot. Awesome. Oh, wait, no. It's muted here. Nope. How's that? Too loud? Question. After unlocking Iron Man, do I continue to farm shards for shield or farm gear for Captain Marvel? She's my first 10k character. Help me reach 90 in arena trap. Yeah, I would probably work. You can't. Well, they're mutually exclusive plans. You keep farming shards for the characters you're working on, and any extra energy. Like you shouldn't be working on more than 5 characters at a time. Period. Ever. Unless you're spending money and then do whatever you want. The follow-up is like, what do you do with your excess energy? Like you're going to get energy from over time. You're going to get your energy refreshes. Those are the energies I start using for random stuff, like farming gear. I'll show you a perfect example, right? My symbiote Spider-Man, I literally just unlocked him. So I've spent my energy. I haven't spent my energy on my farms yet today. So we're going to make sure I get those done. Oh, it's true. If you finish Dark Dimension 2, let me know. That's a little loud. I'm interested in keeping track of how many people currently have Ultron, because for my money, the idea was at 60. Oh, cool. No Yondu. Feels good. At 60k or at 50,000, they were going to start, like, Ultron would no longer be the meta character. Not he wouldn't be good, he just would no longer be like the most important character in the meta. And that seems to be right. You can't give me 0. I have to double up on him. Feels bad, but I got a pretty decent chunk. Oh, tripling up on this character hurts a lot. Cool. Feels good, man. Feels real good. But I'm not going to triple up on Yondu. I think that's more than... I think a month is more than enough time. Technically, it's 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, I definitely think it'll be fine. But we have about a month, so I should be okay. You can always check. You can always see what number you finished Dark Dimension. But, okay, so what I was saying... I just unlocked Symbiote Spider-Man. I want to put as much into him as I possibly can for reasons. So now I farmed all the characters I have to farm for the day, and I actually overdid it a little bit because I have a really good core income right now. So I'm just making sure I get all of the pieces I need. I'm farming Groot, Yondu, Ravager, Bruiser, Shield Security, and Assault. Why are you farming Shield Security and Assault? I mean, I guess that's fine if you're trying to get Iron Man, but, you know, for the record, you don't need Iron Man. He's just, like, you'll get him eventually. I wouldn't go out of my way. That's not true. If you're using that team as a raid team, you should be okay too. That's enough. Okay, this should be enough to... No? Really? 1? Alright, fine. Be a jerk. See what I care. Oop. There it is. Got medic 4 star 3 red. Nice. Which of these gets upgraded first? Is it perfect host? Yes, it is. That is the exact thing I needed to upgrade first, and I might as well do swing shot while I'm here. We hope I find 10 in the store today. Right. I unlocked Stark already. There you go. I didn't even think about the raid team version. I did like 14 nodes in one day. Yeah. No, it's huge, man. Like, when you have the right team, I went back and I showed people with just the 3 big characters. With just Star-Lord, IW, and Minerva, I can auto-fight every node. It takes forever. It's dumb to do that. But at no point was I at risk of dying. And that was just 3. And sure, they're overpowered, but like any 3 characters that can defeat an entire game mode designed for 5, that goes to show you that the other 2 characters are just there for damage. Star-Lord, Minerva, Fury, Rocket, Groot. Yeah, I used the similar team. I didn't use Groot, I used Juggernaut. But yeah, it was a very similar team. I started that auto fight. I put Falcon and BB in because you're cheating. Fair. What else can I... we're putting everything on. Give him a little survivability, give him it doesn't matter, all of this stuff is going on. I'd like to get him up a little bit higher, but because all of the bio characters are so crazy, all of my extra energy has to go into farming these pieces. I don't need to do that. If I start today, what would you recommend going into Guardian route for Star Wars or somebody else? I would, nothing has changed. Whatever, like my recommendation and what I'm doing, if something changed, I would stop this and I would do that. There is no better option for short-term into long-term success in this game than starting with the Guardians. You've got lots of war supplies. I have a ton of war supplies. Where is it? I have a ton of war supplies. Any of these guys? Yep. Buy that. Cool. Buy that for when I get them. None of these other guys really matter. I have a ton of war credits. I'm trying to get Ultron Gear 13 so I can do DD2 easier since I already have his uniques. I'm easier. Didn't you say you did it in one day? Oh, you did it in 3 days. I mean, like, that's the one thing that, like, people get weirded out because they just got Ultron. They're like, oh, I can't bring him up. Like, well, you got him once. You beat it once. You could probably beat it again. So, since I unlocked Iron Man, should I stop farming shield characters? What should I farm? I can't answer that question. If you're making your progress towards Star-Lord as quickly as you can, and you need help because you don't have access to other characters, then the shield minions with Miles and Quake, either or, is a pretty good setup. Oh, Ravager Bruiser. You know what? Since I'm not doing anything in my war credits, might as well use them to farm a character that I need to unlock somebody. While this isn't a great character to have in the store, now I have an option. So would I recommend doing this? No, but now that I need to get more Ravager Bruiser shards, will be fun. Well, you ain't buying Cable, that's for goddamn sure. What else? I don't need any gear right now. Yeah, a lot of people aren't patient. They're just like, I have a new thing, let me buy it. Like I have a ton. I have 15 orange gear war orbs. I could surely pick up some of these if I want to. Like, I can go ahead and open 4 of these. The time I bought Hydra Sniper credit, yeah, well, I needed him too. Yeah. So, like, I could open these, but right now I'm not super duper panicked. So as long as I'm doing okay, like I said, here's me doing raids. Let's start with some raids because timer stuff. Quick question. I finished building out my Avengers team. What should I concentrate on next? That's weird. Why? What's your TCP if you're just finished building out an Avengers team? I'm gonna join this. No. Why? Everyone keeps asking me, new cam. No. Yeah, what? It's weird to see someone building out an Avengers team as they are not good. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, are you building something out for endgame? Are you an endgame player, or like what's the question? Man, I really want to put Symbiote Spider-Man in here. Oh well, I guess I'll just. So I want to use Thor, but because I don't have Loki to protect him, I don't really think it's. Nah, Minerva should be fine. But my Defenders team was looking through test. Oh, okay. Well, if you started with Defenders, hard stop them. Whatever you're doing right now, you're done. Hey Isaac, whatever you're doing right now, you're done. So now I would work towards. You're not going to be able to unlock Star-Lord unless you just happen to have 5 Guardians and Ravagers close to 5-star. So you do need to work on getting them. So his next pass, so like maybe 4 months from now, when he comes out, you're probably going to want to make sure that happens. But if you know, the problem with the Defenders is once you go in on Defenders, you're pot committing into over investing in them because you've lost so much time working on other things. They're an adequate team, but they're by no stretch of the imagination are they a good team. Which Ultimates? This is U6. Oh, this is Gamma 3. We're on U6 in my free-to-play account. Depending on how lazy I am or how much I pay attention, I can do 4 or 5 nodes in U6, or I click auto, Minerva dies, and I get 0 because I have to lean a little bit into my team. Well, actually, that last fight I didn't have Groot, so. Like, Groot's death proofs are what really break this entire team out. That was an unfortunate use of that. And now we'll just auto basic. We should be fine. Choose Defenders if you want the game to be time filler, because you will get more hours in fight out of them taking forever. That's true. If you really that's actually TJ. That's Fury Shield. If you want to take 40 minutes to do a 2-minute fight, you take Fury Shield and click auto and watch as they can't be killed and they don't do any damage. It's amazing. Doing U6 as well, 60% BKT full auto. We're almost 100% on U6. The reason we're almost 100% is because I'm not there yet, because I don't have the team. Now we could be all 100% in U6 had I brought a 5-star Defenders team right now, right? We could be in my line, I'm pretty sure. But on the other side of it, the day Star Wars event comes out, like a month from now, not only will we be able to do U6 and the rest, but we'll be getting closer and closer to being able to do U7, where the Defenders don't actually help you with that. Got them all to 5. Sorry, help me with raids. Start putting Guardians together. Thanks for suggestions. Yeah, Guardians and Sinister 6 are the 2 teams. I recommend farming the Guardians until 5. If you're willing to spend money, get them to 6 as fast as you can, you know? Like, not the Guardians, whatever. You don't have to worry about characters like Rocket. Just getting a 6-star Star-Lord means you're no longer, like, waiting for his next event to do Dark Dimension 1. Having sound on is so weird. Yeah. My previous free-to-play account I started doing, and it's still on my YouTube, but like this is before I even cared about content. This is just when I was doing free-to-play stuff to show people like how to use the defenders. Any opinion on the Wakanda event spoiling the plot for people who haven't done Nexus yet? No. No opinion at all on that. I literally have nothing to say on that. Man, there are so many things that piss me off about this game. Spoiling a storyline is not one of them. 30 days in, my arena team is Thanos, Groot, Rocket, Minerva, and Hela. Just got Thor and Sif up. Who should I take out for them? You should probably take out Thanos for Thor. And then you're good. Or if you want, I'll just beat the piss out of a full Asgardians team with my like ragtag group of idiots, and you'll be like, oh, that's why. Sif is not good. Sif is acceptable on a full Asgardian team, but even then, she's not. Like I would rather use Thanos than Sif, just to maybe give energy out. But again, it's all about investments. What's up, Guillermo? This game has a plot. There's a really good story to this game. There really is, but like. I gotta imagine the number of people who are that deep into the story are like very few and far between. How to get Captain Marvel? She was free. They did an event where everybody, like literally everybody who started when I started this free-to-play run got a free Captain Marvel, got a free Hela, got a free Groot, all of us. They did a April 1st was the event where they just gave everybody Captain Marvel. What do you think about the gear blitzes over in the week? They were fine. My biggest problem with blitz is that there's like I confirmed there are cheaters. There's people using third-party software to auto blitz for them every, like it automatically scrolls through, and because there's cheaters, like the entirety of the fun of blitz is taken away, because no matter how hard you try, someone who's spent $30 is going to get a higher score than you, regardless of their TCP, you know. Like someone who's just weaker than you might outscore you because they're blitzing on cooldown every 2 hours. So it's not fair. Are Mystique and Captain America good early game investments? Nope. That's the next YouTube video I'm doing, actually. The one that's not related to the team series. The next is going to be characters that you don't want to invest in the early game. He's dead. You're not going to beat a bot that's playing 24/7. It's not going to happen. And because that Foxnext, according to Casino and Valley, Foxnext said they are aware and that people shouldn't do it. That if that's their official stance, then they, you know, I'd really like to hear that from Foxnext saying regarding the Blitz bot. What's the most satisfying win you've had in war? What do you mean? I had one war where I had like 14 war victories where 10 of them were one team, and it was just a random team I threw together. How do you actually stop it though? I can think of 5 ways to stop blitz spotting. And I can think of ways that don't change how someone automates it. I can think of ways to not to like remove that level. The first of which is allow in-game allow it to happen in game, but like even then it doesn't matter. The problem is that blitz is not really sustainable in that level. You can change the cap. That's the big deal. change the percentages. Stop giving top 2,000. Just give rewards. Give rewards to like the top 10, right? Who cares? Whatever. And then everyone else, instead of having top 100, just start giving 1%, 2 to 3%, 4%. You know, then because the percentages will, because more people are in there, the percentages will hold up. More people will receive more rewards. It'll be better for everybody. But yeah, like I like the idea of the event, but it's really like, it's the same thing with Dark Dimension 3. I really like Dark Dimension 3 on paper. I love the idea of having an end game like hard mode challenge that makes you have to use specific characters or a team and plan it out. This Dark Dimension 3 is double down dog shit. That's right. That's the 3D right there. Because the first problem with Dark Dimension 3 is the rewards aren't good. They're not, somehow the rewards are not, like, you don't get better rewards than Dark Dimension 2. You don't even get much better rewards than Dark Dimension 1. I'd argue that, like, Red Star's credits are slightly better than Dark Dimension 1, but they also didn't exist when Dark Dimension 1 came out. So it's like, okay. But it's not, like completing Dark Dimension 3, I'm sorry, completing Dark Dimension 3 doesn't feel as rewarding for the effort as completing Dark Dimension 2. Dark Dimension 2, you got a good character. Dark Dimension 3, you get red stars on a good character, and you might be able to put up a different character to 7 red star. Technically you could, but only if you already had them at 4. Quad, doubled. Should I go for Miles or Mantis my first Blitz purchase? So what I do, Mantis, because Miles, what I do is I go into the Blitz store, I buy Mantis, and then if I don't have enough credits to buy another one, I open a Blitz Orb, right? Blitz Orbs are still good, but you can't prioritize them if you're target farming. You know, like Raid Orbs are good because they give you 7 character shards, and there's not a specific character in the Raid store that you absolutely positively need to get immediately. You want Rocket, but like, Sabretooth is a good get, you know? Like, Sabretooth is a really good character to get. I don't need to do this fight. I would say Namor, but he's not. Thor is a good character to get in the Raid store. So, but none of them are, like, necessary to do something, so I wouldn't target farm anybody. I'd open Raid Orbs, unless you just happen to go into the Raid store and see the character you actually want. You're usually fixed by giving 4 red stars to Ultron as a reward in Dark Dimension 3. It doesn't fix anything. Red stars are not a reward. I'm just getting tired of having to answer questions about red stars because it just goes to show that people don't understand what red stars are. Like, if you have to ask a question, now there's some questions that are fair, right? Like there's some, like, hey, between these two, which one do I bring up to 5? That's a fair question. That's a totally fair question more often than not, because no one's asking, like, between Ronin and CM, which Kree do I bring up to 5 red star? Like, you know, it's usually a close. It's like Symbiote Spider-Man or Hela, Black Bolt or CM, and those are plenty, like plenty good questions. But when someone asks, like, hey, should I spend like 200 promotion credits bringing a character up? And I'm like, do you think that having a really strong Black Bolt's gonna matter to you right now? Like, if you know what I mean, like, it'll help, but if there's probably better red stars you can get. Mysterio's May Daily help ripping open Raid Orbs. Yeah, right. What's a decent skill farmable character to bring to Dark Dimension 3? Well, you don't need to. Technically none of them. There's not a single one, and I'll show you my main account. I'm not bringing 4 characters into Dark Dimension 3. I have characters done. My global team is Phoenix, Sinister, Shuri, and Sabretooth, and I'm not bringing a 5th because I don't need to, because all it is hey, watch my Phoenix die and flip and do 20% damage and maybe ult, and then okay, next. Like there's no reason to rush, right? And then unless you like really like to play and have a challenge, then go nuts. And the same thing with the cosmic lane. I'm bringing in Black Bolt, Invisible Woman, Minerva, and I don't know if there's another one. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And other characters, because like I don't need to have the infinite value like Dark Dimension 2, and I need people to understand that. Like Dark Dimension 2 was a game mode that was solvable by using characters that made sense. Dark Dimension 3 is not the same. Dark Dimension 3 is the characters are way more powerful than you can currently be without having high red stars, which you can't do. So just lean into what you can do. Taskmaster. Yeah, Taskmaster. Fun. You got SSM? Yeah, I did. So it turns out we're just role-playing lore. The scoring line when they remove red star fragments of Chaos Theory, pick sent in Discord. God damn it. How far have you gotten the campaign? Are you able to farm Green Goblin? Yep, I can farm Green Goblin now. I can go further. I just only go as far as I need to farm whoever I'm working on at the time. So hold please. Let's blitz. So yeah, check it out. So like I could buy 5 Mantis shards, which is good because I need more. Normally I would buy a Blitz Orb right now, but since I do have enough to get more Mantis shards, there's no reason to. Like I don't need to. I'm just gonna keep buying Mantis as often as I can. It's about 100 days in. I was working on Defenders. Now 5-star. If you can get a 5-star Star Wars this past, like great. Like you don't stop, right? Like you still keep working on those characters, but now you get you have the added benefit of knowing that you were able to get 310 character shards of 5 different characters over the course of like however long it took you. Now it's only 200 each to go from 5 to 6 of those same characters, and you're getting more currency because you have the Guardians. So you're like clicking, like you're immediately doing all of your U6 stuff at very low investment. Speaking of stores, yeah, none of these characters are worth buying, so let's rip open a couple of raid orbs. Sadness orb. I've never pulled a rocket out of these. Oh, never mind. Now I've officially pulled a rocket out of these. Namor, you curse. We'll definitely go more on them. Yeah. Minimum defender power for Hero 7-1. I don't know. I didn't use the defenders. I use good characters. This is a new account? This is my free-to-play account. It's not new. I've been doing it for 10 weeks now. Boop. 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 And not opening these yet. These I can open because there's always useful. And maybe I get some of that bio gear. Hey, Robert. I'm doing well. How are you? Hey, Garrett. Thank you. All right. Ooh, okay. I'm going to say something weird. Not Yo-Yo. I've not farmed him once. That's why I don't worry about spending credits on other things. We'll do our usual new character treatment for Blitz. Bring him to level 20. This way I'm not wasting too many resources. Bring him to level 3. What's the Guardian setup order? Star-Lord, Rocket, Mantis, Groot, Drax. That also works, Tim. We don't need to bring them to 4. But we got plenty of these materials. Jabari Avalanche. Cool. Yeah, we're good for him for now. I don't want to open red stars. Basic orbs. Let's go. Loki, double time. Damn it. Boo. Hiss. Yo, why is Namor in everything I open today? I'm like cursed. Alright, milestone orbs. That's good. Alright. We're almost... We did it! We did it, boys. We're done. We have our team. Almost. I need some time. We did it. Alright, so... I didn't know this was going to happen today, which was really good because I titled it Real Team Assembled, and this was the real team, and I was already going to say, like, well, I'm missing Loki, but... Yeah. This was all right. So, man. Okay. Unfortunately, Loki is one of the characters I do intend on working on. So let me just do this. Cool. Inbox. You have like 50 gold orbs. It's like 40. Oh, I'm not reading a blog post. Get out of here. Welcome to Arena now? What do you mean welcome to Arena now? I've already been beating every team I see in Arena. Now I'm just gonna giggle about it. I'm already beating the Asgardians with my team all the time. Now I just don't have... Now I could punch up like 40k because Loki exists. Boop. I need a couple more tier 4 ability materials, I think, but... Or tier 3 ability materials. Give me that free stuff. Let's go get some orb stuff. Yeah. Boop. And I'll open one more for good luck. Why are you saving gold? Because more people waste gold than anyone else. And that's why they end up with no ability to work on characters. So I only use gold when I need it to work on the team. What am I saving red stars for? Because I don't know what's in them. So like I don't need to open them. I don't have enough characters that pulling good red stars on will make a difference. And whatever's in them is going to be in them forever. It's not going to change. Like if I get a high red star on a character, it's not going to change what I'm doing. You know, like, oh man, I got a high red star Wolverine. Like, okay, Wolverine's still going to be at the bottom of my roster being disrespected because he's not good. If I get a high red star Phoenix, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and farm Phoenix. Like that's a trap. That's, ooh. I don't think I can beat this one. I think I'm a little too weak for this. 7 bone marrow away from second gear 14. Nice. Tim got that one. Cool. Tim answered that question. How much time do you day to your account? Do my dailies? 20, 30 minutes, maybe. I can't blitz. I know I can't blitz, so I don't. I mean, I do like some blitzing, but I don't go crazy on it. How do you determine if a character is good or not? How do I determine if a character is good or not? I have experience. How would someone else determine if a character is good or not? They'd ask people with experience. Wouldn't bringing up Loki help with that challenge? Maybe. It's a good point. He's a controller. Let's find out. Didn't even think of that. I feel like Spider Miles on top 100 can't hold up. I don't know why I can't pass the top 100 mark. I have the same team as you and Loki, and I feel like Spider Miles on top 100 can't hold up. Sorry that's happening for you. Mercury work was confirmed 3 weeks ago when I confirmed the Mercury work was confirmed January when I confirmed the Mercury work for everybody. Can you explain more detail why you're thinking the characters you are? Can I explain in more detail? Aside from the 10 video series I'm talking about, yeah, I can definitely go. Like it's the last 10 videos and 10 weeks of this work. Yeah, I could totally go into more detail than that. Basically, Dark Dimension 2 is a solved equation. Period. That's it. Any other conversation regarding Dark Dimension 2 is not necessary. You can use anything you want. Any team at 500k will beat Dark Dimension. Promise. If you can't use a team at Dark Dimension, if you're a free-to-play player or a very casual spender, then what you absolutely have to do is make sure you're picking the right choices. Now, the right choices are proven to be specifically Star-Lord, Minerva, Invisible Woman. Those three characters independently can do everything you need to do in a long-term persistent health battle. When you add those questions, like when you add to that, you add more damage dealers or thanks very much, nice to get a normal answer rather than a sarcastic comment. Dude, there's other YouTube people streaming. And it wasn't a sarcastic comment. The answer was true. I didn't use the defenders. Like, you didn't ask me what team I used, which I would have told you. You said, how strong do the defenders have to be? I said, I don't know. But yeah. In general, I would say if you look at the teams that are consistently beating Dark Dimension, it's, like I said, a solved equation. You just have to make sure that you're using the characters that other people have evidence that can prove work, not theorize will work, but prove will work. And you see that by talking to other people in content creation, whether it be me or Casino or Valley or Mobile Gamer. And if they can't explain, then they run out of something. Now, I could say like, oh man, you can absolutely use the Spider-Verse team. No questions asked, right? Like, you can absolutely use the Spider-Verse team to do Dark Dimension, because that's kind of what it does. Except you're kind of alienating people who don't have access to Carnage, for one. Perhaps maybe Symbiote Spider-Man, because he's not necessarily easy to get. You're not really being as helpful as you are saying, if this is how you approach the game from an early game player, if these are the tasks that are important to you and you follow through with it. For me, for my example, the entire reason I'm even doing this is to show that as a free-to-play player, what you sacrifice in the first 2 to 3 months before you end up getting Star-Lord by working, like, in 2 or 3 months you can get Star-Lord, right? Doesn't matter what happens. If that's what your focus is and that's what you're target farming, then you should be fine. If you work on the Defenders, that's great, but now you're moving your Star-Lord to 6 months, you know, like the second pass, 5 to 6 months later. And in that time, you might be able to do a little bit of decent stuff with the Defenders, move into the Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, Bode. Move into the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so 2 legendary characters and a character only available in premiums are the best options with Dark Dimension 2. Correct, yes. 2 legendary characters and a short-term character, like a very difficult to come by character, are hands down, no questions asked, the best option for Dark Dimension 2. Don't at me. Yeah, that's a fact. If you like, now I'm ready for Star-Lord and Shuri, you should be coming. Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, well, Shuri is coming like next week. Shuri is absolutely coming next week. Within 10 days of now is, I think, realistically more accurate. So like May 10th to 11th kind of thing. That's when Shuri's event kind of stuff will happen. So if you can get Shuri on this pass through either the Sinister Six or what's it called? Maybe you happen to have like a good Spider-Man. Yeah, like on the other side of it, I'm 28 shards away from Green Goblin. What's 5-star Green Goblin or just overall Green Goblin? If you can't, you know, get those characters, that's fine. You can use the Defenders. The Defenders are the training wheels. That's it. There's no argument about that. They are a good team. They are the training wheels. If you start with the Defenders, you're going to be okay. You'll be average, right? The people who don't start with the Defenders, the people who start with the let's go with the Guardians, they're going to be below average, and then they're going to jump over and proceed forever. Because where the Defenders stop mattering in the game modes that are the most persistent, look at this. Someone earlier just asked, how did you beat 7-1, right? So that's what someone asked. The answer, that is a one-time event. You have to do that once. How many times do you go back and play through campaign events? It's a good question. It's a very valid question. I used to get that question all the time. How did you beat God King Thor, Mystic 3-9? And I would show that all the time. I mean, because it was a really hard fight if you didn't know what you were doing. Some people are like, I brought my Iron Fist into the fight because he's Mystic and he's really strong, but he's not good. So you had a really strong character that wasn't good. He's not good outside of his team anyway. Why do lock characters have different shard requirements to unlock? Because they decide which character's worth is based on how good they've developed the kit, more or less. So when you ask a question like, hey, what team will beat this game mode? Like, okay, that's a great question. But the meat and potatoes of this game isn't the campaign. The meat and potatoes of this game will always be the raids and the war, technically. Pretty sure you literally walked me through that fight. Fair. Do you have a video on King Thor? I have only 1 or 2 star on it. I don't have a video on it. There are plenty of videos on it. Thanks for your content, even advice on killing us. No problem with Smoke. Thanks, man. If you start with Defenders, you will have a fine experience. My issue is, the more people who are starting with I want people to keep starting with Defenders. I want people to keep going up on Defenders, because what I'm doing won't be amazing. if no one did defenders anymore. Like if the entire community started working on the guardians first, like the entirety of the community started working on the guardians first, well then you're not hedging any bets, you know? Like here, let me go into arena. What am I in arena? Cool, someone hit me. Okay, let's go. What's the best fight I have? 347 I saw. What's Red Skull doing here? Yep, this team will do it. So arena always ends up being what teams can hold, not what teams can win. A lot of teams can win, but not a lot of teams are good on defense, and that's something you kind of learn as time progresses. You could be stronger than your opponents, especially as you're leveling before you reach end cap, you know, before you're level 70 or 75, when all of the characters are right around here. The stronger you are and how high you can get your characters, the better all in all you're gonna be. Let's see if I can kill her. Nope, almost. All right, I can definitely kill her. What are the general guidelines to set arena defense? There are no general guidelines. Why am I using Thor? Because every time he dies, Thor gets a charge. And Thor's... I needed another damage dealer. It doesn't have to be Thor. Hold on, please. Yeah, so Thor's at 2 charges now. Hey Tony, thanks for the video. You planning to bring a Mystic campaign to join Hela? Who am I planning to bring on the Mystic campaign? It's going to be Thor, Loki, Hela, and then I haven't made the other 2 decisions yet because I don't know if I have a character that's worth investing in. I'm not going to wait. Like, I don't rush anything because rushing doesn't do anything. It gets you to a finish line. It doesn't even get you to a finish line first. Thor didn't even get to ult. Did you unlock Sentry? You know, I did unlock Sentry. I'm considering him. It's weird to see, just, you know, hey Alex, good to see you. It's weird. So like arena, oh look, a full Asgardian team. Remember this, because I'm gonna beat this up too. And let's be clear, you can't start with the Asgardians, right? So someone messaged me and was like, Tony, look at, you know, your start, you have like CM and Hela. Be like, yeah, I got lucky in my free-to-play account and I worked with the luck that I got. You know, like things work. Like for the same luck that pulled me a Minerva, I got a Mega Orb that ripped a Namor. Do you know how many characters are in the Mega Orb that 100 shards of would immediately change what you do at the beginning of the game? So many. Remember this because I'm gonna beat this up too. Yeah, like what do you want from me? And it's not this, like that guy didn't do anything wrong. Like that player didn't make a mistake. That player bought Asgardians because someone told him the Asgardians are this amazing team, and they are. But in the early game, they're not. They don't sustain very well. They can't do raids very well. They can do specific parts of raids, but not all of them. And even then, if you want, what am I going to do with SSM? I'm going to use him as soon as I bring him up. I just need a little bit more stuff, more supplies. Sorry, where is it? Where's that blue? There it is. Oh, cool. I don't need these anymore. Oh, come on now. Haven't I farmed enough of you today? Cool. Think you can tier up? I think you can tier up Symbiote Spider-Man with war credit gear. I don't think. I still don't think I can get them all. Like I could probably farm, but I don't need to. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean, I thought you meant like higher than this. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Yeah, but like there's no rush. Why would I? So this is a mistake a lot of people make in the game. Why am I racing? Why do I need this guy to immediately be 26k, 27, 30k? Why? Someone explain to me why. Someone tell me why. I think I can get 20 SSM shards before the event's over. You have like, it's May 13th it ends, dude. I don't know how much gold you're willing to spend every day, but like, you should. It's not unreasonable. Lost power difference? What do you mean lost power difference? I don't need to use him, so I don't need to bring him up. I want to, but I don't need to. I'm not using him. Like, you're saying less power difference, Eskimo, but it doesn't matter. Because the team I have is adequate. People overinvest all the time. This character is done. Look, I have a green dot here that I'm never going to press. Well, not never, obviously, but not for a long time, because there's no reason that's going to happen. My blitz score, you're right. My, what am I at? 300k roster blitz score. I might be able to put up 1,000,000 points if I really try hard and believe in myself. 1.25 is a sweet spot. Yeah, like, he'll be there. It's the same thing. Like, I'm gonna unlock Corvus Glaive on my main account, right? For blitz, and then I'm gonna put in as much as I can, but I'm not gonna like go bankrupt in a day, like putting all my gear in. I'm not gonna like refresh the store or anything. Oh, can't do anything here because, so it's 4 Wakandans, 4 2-star Wakandans, 4 3-star Wakandans, 4 4-star Wakandans, and then you need Shuri, basically. So that should be fair. You can't progress past this point today, so this is the investment for Saturday. This is the investment for next month, and probably many players, like, the jump between 6 and 7 is almost as long as the jump between, you know, like 4 and 6. It's like 300 shards, and this is 330 shards, right? So like, if you can do the gear tier 5 event, like the 5-star event, great. You know, sure, you get a couple more, but like, don't go out of your way for it. The same thing with any of the other events. You can get a 3-day spending 85. Yeah, that's true. You also get whatever you have from your alliance, and you're getting at least a couple of shards from the energy, assuming you're spending about 600 a day anyway. So. Oh, Loki. That's what I keep dirtling around and forgetting. Where are you, Loki? Come back. Loki. Let's click all the buttons we can. Are you still working on shield means? I didn't have to. What I would be if I didn't get the things I got. You know, like, I would have went pretty hard on at least the big 3. At least medic, trooper, and shield security. I would have went really hard on, because I would have put Quake and Miles in on that team as a raid and war team. I don't know how much my mystic gear is, but probably not, since the only mystic character I've like invested in recently is Hela. So I could probably get really high up. Well, we found the one spot where I can't. And I need 2. Oh, no. No. Don't even have an adding account on there, because we're not doing that. Oh, come on now. There you go. Damn. Alright. We were not going to get him any further than that. That's fine. You work on Thor too? Yeah, that's true. Thor was also recently. Blue gear is of no consequence anymore. This is where we get guaranteed 2. Gom. Who'd you take, Black Bolt or Phoenix to 6 red star? Black Bolt every time. Hey Tony, what's better, leveling up Phoenix red star? No. Big Pluto, yes, you are correct. That is 100% correct. You figured it out. Phoenix flipping. So in arena, for those who don't know, if you're fighting against a Phoenix, right, and that Phoenix flips when you don't want her to, you run the risk of losing the fight. Let me put that on him. You run the risk of losing the fight. That's it. Like, you need to control that. And a higher red star Phoenix allows you to control the cadence of the fight longer, so you can beat her down when she flips and still be able to control how the fight's gonna go. When you have control over when Phoenix flips is when you can beat her. That has always been true, which is one of the reasons why so many people put Colossus next to Phoenix, because if Phoenix incidentally died, Colossus would make sure she would stay alive and you couldn't zerg her down. Alternately, if you didn't have the way of killing Phoenix very quickly twice, so if you had a Phoenix on a team without a Colossus or some kind of way to protect her, then you could kill Phoenix twice, and then the biggest threat of the fight was gone. You just had to beat everyone else down. What do we have? All right, so Loki. Loki and Symbiote Spider-Man are in the same kind of boat. I really can't do much with him, but I might be able to do something more. Why not both Hulk's house? Why, I don't understand. Why not both? I don't know if I'll be able to get a 4-star in this event. Maybe. Couldn't tell you. What else do we have? Did I finish answering that question? I feel like I did. Favorite clone you would realistically fight in a blitz match? What do you mean, favorite clone? All right, I guess I'll fight this fight. What's up, Jibby? Again, I feel like Groot is the right answer. I think I need the survivability a little bit more. With these two new characters, what's your plan with them in the next 2 weeks? How would you use them in Star-Lord? I wouldn't. They're just 2 separate teams. Like, I'm not worried about what I'm going to do with Star-Lord, because the second I get Star-Lord, it doesn't solve all my problems. I need to also have Rocket and build a good team. So for right now, what I've done, and the same thing you could do with your defenders, the same thing you can do with anything else, is I've built a good enough team that can accomplish what I need to. I didn't finish my Phoenix answer. I did finish the Phoenix answer. That I definitely did. You were right. By the way, I switched my arena defense from defenders to my 5 strongest units and don't drop under. Yeah, it's because the defenders are a solved equation. What people get confused about all the time is, look at how strong my team is. That's going to make them harder to beat. No, not even a little bit. Not even slightly. Your team is harder to beat because they're confusing, or many players can't figure them out. There's a reason why the top 100 of an arena shard is always going to be better than the players who have the highest invested teams. And you'll go down in my arena shard, which is my main arena shard, which is a, what is it? I'm just thinking of like what it's called. I think it's a day 1 global launch shard, right? Like, I've been playing this game since day 1. So every other person who's in this game is there. And you'll see at top 50, you'll see 400 or 500k versions of teams in top 50, not top 10. Top 10, you might see like a 400k team, but they're usually in the high 3s. And then my teams are like mid 3s, right? Because of just what the investment is. All right, now Hulk's gonna do some dumb things. Rewind himself, heal my own Hela. Boop, boop. Yeah, Miles as a raid character is a little bit lackluster. He's one of the ones I would replace. Do you know how long the Star-Lord event is? It was supposed to be in 2 weeks from now, but it's actually double that because of how far they push back everything else. So they pushed everything back 2 weeks. Like, Black Bolt was supposed to be 2 weeks ago. And because of that, Shuri is now the next event, which was supposed to be right around now, or like how it goes. So Black Bolt they come roughly once every 130 days. I'm sorry, 130, every 90 days. And I started this event when the Star-Lord event started. Like, the day I like, the notification went live and I went, I'm gonna prove that I can unlock Star-Lord in 30 days, which is technically the longest amount of time, right? And as you can see, some of those characters are already 6-star. So if I'm a complete free-to-play player and I didn't like deviate a little bit and I was using my core specifically to refresh specific characters, I also learned that if I spent a lot of effort on Blitz Orbs that I shouldn't have spent. Had I not opened as many Blitz Orbs and had I target farmed Mantis specifically, I'd have been fine, because for the longest time I had like 40 Mantis shards and 50 Gamora shards from opening Blitz Orbs. So I might have been a little bit better with there, but I started directly. Let's pull him out. Let's go right into Thor. I think I might be able to get a little bit more value out of Thor on this team. Could Star-Lord events late June? Yeah. Late June. Ebony Maw is late May. Star-Lord is after Ebony Maw. Not Phoenix. Star-Lord. Specifically Toxin. Defenders always let me down. Summer suggesting Punisher to Dark Dimension 3. Any thoughts? If you have high red stars on Punisher, yeah. But other than that, probably not. because he's relatively lackluster. Please stop attacking my characters. Hey, look, Greg's right here. Man, every time I do this fight, they kill Minerva. Every time. If you had all the spiders, would you focus on them? Everyone but Spider-Man. Oh, Groot's down. Groot's 11k. Oh, who was that? That wasn't Groot. Yeah, that was. Groot's 11k, so... Which legendary should we focus on? Star-Lord? After Star-Lord, I recommend a lot of players start making sure they can get specifically Invisible Woman, because you also get Shuri with Invisible Woman, and she's also an adequate character. Boop, boop, and boop. Yeah, this node sucks. Just one shot it for the first time yesterday. I remember it being a little bit. How many stars in your symbiote? 3. On my main, 4, almost 5? Question mark? I don't know. I don't spend money on my main account that much anymore. Can I make up for what died? Let's try a really weak symbiote Spider-Man. What's up, Platinum? How you doing? Let's see how really weak symbiote Spider-Man does in this fight. You sure it's not Phoenix before Star-Lord? I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't necessarily bet on it. If you had all Spidey, would you not level? Would you just not level up Spider-Man, or would you replace him with somebody else? Well, Spider-Man's not good, so I wouldn't level up not good characters. But yeah, I would probably replace him with either Green Goblin specifically, or a dedicated healer. It's because I got because I will definitely get Star without spending much. I mean, don't get me wrong. If like I'm still farming the characters, right? I'm still farming them past 5. If this event allows me to get a 6-star Star-Lord, you're gonna see me get a 6-month Ultron, you know? Oh no. All right, let's do this. You're dead. What character would you replace Spider-Man? And in my roster, keep in mind, I don't have Venom. I don't have what's his name? I don't have Venom, and I don't have Carnage. I'm sorry. Thank you, Eskimo. Why did you resist that? Yeah. Oh, this does not bode well. Yeah, we're dead. Bye. All right, that's as far as I can go in this fight. I guess that wasn't the first 4 nodes though. Like that was specifically like I did 2, got a little bit unlucky with that fight, and then ended up jumping over and doing here. Could you look at your top arena 100 star arena? Analyze teams there. I can't analyze bad teams. Let me hear. Sure, let's look at the top of my arena. I think you guys are asking for more information than is viable. So, who's number 1? Can't see anything. I can't see him. I can't see what his teams are. I can see what teams he uses on offense, but I can't. I can't tell what the top 100 characters are. Oh, the first day of the free-to-play, I pulled 50 Minerva shards out of a premium orb. It was very fun, very exciting. And then she stayed in the dumpster because she's not good in the early game. Eventually, I brought a little bit into her. On the other side, I pulled 100 Namor shards out of my Mega Orb, and that was completely useless, so... But yeah, the Minerva was pretty good. She's not a good character early game. Like, A lot of people. That's why there's so many Asgardian characters here right now, and they're like, no one's gonna, like, you're gonna overtake the Asgardians on defense the second you unlock Star-Lord, like the second you get him, because you have characters that you can progress, and most of the people either they've spent money, in which case you're not fighting them. Like, you can't beat someone who's outspending you. You could over time balance out. Like right now in Arena is the highest possible chance for players who've been free to play for a long time to hold a very high position. Once Thanos and the Black Order comes out, like, that's gonna change. Like, you now have to either have Thanos in the Black Order or have a specific team, and a lot of times free to play players don't necessarily have that depth of roster. So when you're free, you don't, like, you might be able to push up to top 10 without any help, you may, or top 50, but no problem with, you might be able to push up a little bit, but like ultimately you're not going to do too much. Hasn't anyone taken Star-Lord into Dark Dimension 3? His kid is so good. People have taken Star-Lord into Dark Dimension 3. And it's because Dark Dimension 3, because Star-Lord is good, but Dark Dimension 3 doesn't need what, like, Dark Dimension 3 isn't a fight that you bring in and you have skill to beat. Dark Dimension 3 is you click auto fight, do what you can, and then go on to the next one. Like, the first 8 nodes are, do you have Phoenix? Congratulations. If you don't bring in Phoenix for the first 8 nodes of Dark Dimension 3, you deserve how long it takes for you to get beaten by it. It's not your fault that Foxnex is bad at game development. Like, it's not your fault they don't know how to make a challenging but actually a attainable game mode. Man, every other war, dude, every other war, it's crazy. We, like, some days we'll get into a war and, like, we're all balanced, excuse me, like, we're doing our best, and then other days we'll, like, go in and then every single person's highest team, every team is equal to the power. Let me see how strong these guys are. Like, crazy. Yeah, like, last war we lost, but it was, like, close. The war before that, we obliterated them. Like, we're getting some really rough parent. No, wait, what I wanted was here. Participation. Show me opponents. 2.4, 3.1, 2.2, 2.2, 2.3, 2.8, 3.0, 3.6. All right, so you see all these guys? One. When did you guys start building up people? Why am I the lowest person in the alliance now? When I joined this alliance, we didn't have that many low people. 8, there we go. 1. Like, most of the people in the alliance are 1. I haven't done Dark Dimension at all yet. Is it worth having defenders to do Dark Dimension 1? It's the only solid team I have that qualifies. I mean, you can. Like, you can. Once you start on the defenders, the problem is you don't get to stop. 80 will make it as free to play. 63 of 80 for Karnak. You need 147 shards. You have about a month. A little bit less than a month, like 26 days. You need an average of 5 Karnak shards a day. 6, 5.5. Yeah. Do you have Black Bolt on my free-to-play account? Oh. That's true. Who's going to be your team to unlock Star-Lord? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, speaking of, I have not bought Drax today. With RNG, 5 is improbable. Oh no, it's improbable to begin with. Arena store. What's up, Vulture? What's up, Drax? What are you doing after the stream? Playing World of Warcraft? Yeah. Oh, another note. Don't invest in Hulk. Don't do it. You're gonna get him real quick. You're gonna be like, yay, it's Hulk. He's not good. Don't put him on arena defense. Doing the same team. So far I'm behind on Ravager. Yeah, I picked the characters that were the easiest farms, right? Like, I could farm him every day. Is he good? No. Does it matter when I get Star-Lord? No. So I'm not worried. Like, he's the reason why I don't think I can get a 6-star if I tried. How tall am I? Tall. Like, I'm 4 feet 2. What did Larry ask? Sorry. Probably... bring Phoenix and Sinister up to Dark Dimension 3. Who else should I bring for Global? It doesn't matter. No joke. Does not matter. Bring up whomever is cheaper. Sorry. Yeah, if you're bringing... Like, it does not matter. Like, bring up whatever... whatever characters you want to use that are global for, like, Dark... For U3. Not U3. U7, sorry. Like... For Arena, should I gear tier 14 Phoenix or Mr. Sinister first? For Arena, doesn't matter. Pick one. Sinister doesn't do too well on defense. Phoenix doesn't need it. You know what I mean? Like, Phoenix doesn't need that to be... Like, your Phoenix is not going to be the reason you win a war fight. I'm sorry, war fight. An arena fight. Like, it's not going to be... Like, your Phoenix is not going to be the reason. Valley, it's the Friday free-to-play series. What's up, Val? I do YouTube every Friday. How you been, brother? No, Phoenix is hard countered by the Black Order. It's not dumped on. You will not... Like, if you bring in your Phoenix, because you have a very strong Phoenix... into a Black Order fight, who scales better, Yondu or Gamora? That's a good question. The answer to that question is right now, it actually is Gamora, but that's not... I don't want you to take that answer as a investment of saying, this is the character to work on. They're both terrible. But Gamora is fine on the Brawlers team with Ms. Marvel. Yondu almost has no value outside of unlocking Star-Lord. Which is why... If you look at my Yondu, there is no investment in him. He is just a body that is going to be present to help unlock Star-Lord. That is it. Same thing with Ravager Bruiser. I will not put a single piece of gear into Ravager Bruiser. Ravager Bruiser is going into the Star-Lord event at 5-star, whatever this is. That, like, Groot I'll bring up. Groot I'll probably put a little... Excuse me. I might get him to gear tier 9. Drax and Mantis I'll probably get him to gear tier 9. The problem is they're all bio characters, so like Symbiote Spider-Man gets the last piece of bio gear that I'm going to put in, and then the rest of these guys get whatever. Like for the rest of the time, these guys get the bio gear. Like all 3 of these guys. Because you get a Star-Lord, so you get a decent chunk of bonus damage from having Star-Lord in the fight. Phoenix is so strong they built a legendary specifically to counter Phoenix that requires another legendary. Yeah, well, Phoenix broke the entire game. Phoenix is the worst thing that happened to Arena. Hi, I'm level 44 with Defenders as a core team, about 23k. Is it still time to pivot the other team? Level 44, 23 Defenders. You're already a month in? Is it still time to pivot to another team? I mean, technically, yes, but you're not going to get Star-Lord on first pass. Is Symbiote Spider-Man worth the investment? Yes. Where and what team Spider-Verse? Don't need him. Symbiote Spider-Man stands on his own merit. You don't need to build a team around Symbiote Spider-Man. You could just use Symbiote Spider-Man. He's that good a character. If you want, he makes the other symbiote characters okay, so feel free to using them. Like, I love Miles. I think Miles is a phenomenal character. I would always recommend working on characters like Miles. As soon as you get him, strap him on. I'm not farming him, but like, it is what it is. You can pivot anytime you want. As far as I'm sorry, Jingzai. You can pivot anytime you want, but you need to know what the things are. So Star-Lord's not going to be around for at least a month, right? I plan on proving that in 12 weeks or 90 days, I had enough to unlock Star-Lord, right? So I'm still farming them up, and as long as these 3 characters in the next 2 weeks get like finish, I'll be okay. That's my proof. And now I can always say it isn't great. Can you see your teams starting from the top? They're right here. Why do you want to see the top of the roster? Look at the bottom of the roster. The bottom of the roster should tell you everything you need to know about the team. Characters that are not worth investing in. Here they are. As you see, like characters, the bottom, always look to see the bottom of someone's roster. Don't look at the top. Top of the roster just shows you like this character is good or this character has high red stars. Bottom of the roster shows you what wasting your time is. Like waste of time, 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 waste of time. Like no need to work on these guys. For like a handful, like don't worry about blitz until you hit 1 million TCP. Why is Luke Cage not worth investing? Because the defenders are not a good team. If you have a good strategy, you don't need the defenders. The defenders are, the problem with the defenders is, like I said earlier, they're training wheels. You put on, is Taskmaster campaign like PM covert tag? Yes, there's like 30 something, 36 or 38 characters with the covert tag. And they're all exactly who you think they are. Hand characters, characters that have stealth. Like, Loki's there. Why is, greetings from Germany. How you doing? You know the exact date of the next Princess in the Symbian event? Like the 10th? The exact date? No, I know it's probably around the 10th of May though. 10th. Like you'll get notification. You'll get a notification probably by next Friday or so. So you have at least 10 days to get everything you need. I'm not going to be able to get Shuri on this pass, which is fine. She's not important for anything. That's going to be a hard campaign. For what? What's going to be a hard campaign? Gotta love the Blade Master out of those orbs then. Which Blade Master? Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, gonna be super excited to get those character shards. Is Star-Lord about mid-June? He's the... He will take place probably about a week and a half after the end of the Ebony Maw event. Unless I am wrong and there's someone before him. So Ebony Maw is supposed to be like May 25th or so, like give or take a couple of days. So Star-Lord would probably be somewhere around June 4th to June 8th in general. If it is Phoenix or IW or somebody else, because they don't tell us who it is, because they want people to have to spend money, because they want people to panic farm, which is why I don't tell people to split farm. I tell them go until you can't. Taskmaster campaign would be difficult? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They haven't made a hard campaign yet. If you can use, like, Phoenix will probably have the covert tag. I don't know why. How it worked out last go around? Okay. Then maybe it's Phoenix before Star. All that means is I'm getting a 6-star Star-Lord and an Ultron in 6 months. That's all that means. If I can get a 6-star Star-Lord, if I have an extra 2 weeks, if they've decided to push back Star-Lord instead of the standard 90, go ahead. When was the last Phoenix event? Was it 90 days ago? You know? Everything got pushed back because of what's been going on, but ultimately it won't make a difference, because as long as in the next 2 weeks I can get I could say I got a 5-star Star-Lord. 90 days does tend to be the legendary release cycle. For example, Black Bolt was first week of January. What team do you need to unlock Phoenix? Villain Mystic Controllers. This is the team you need to unlock Phoenix. It's not a team. It is specifically... Oh, and 6-star. Sorry. Villain Mystic Controllers. These are your options. Oh, Boomer Shards. Gotta be the worst. Last Phoenix was February 17th. March, April, May 17th. Is he coming? Are we getting Phoenix in May 17th? You know, like, On this account, which team would you farm for the Magneto event? Now, we know January into February, March, April, and we know that first week of April was supposed to be Black Bolt. We know they pushed him back. That's why he was the end of April. In your videos, have you discussed getting... Every single one of these videos I discussed Dark Dimension. So... Like, literally, first week of January was Black Bolt. Go to 1 month later is February. After that is March, April. So around April was supposed to be Black Bolt. They pushed it back. So now because Black Bolt was pushed back, everything else gets pushed back. Everything else gets pushed back by, like, however long Black Bolt was pushed. Shuri wasn't supposed to be this one next, but because they wanted to make sure she came out between the events, she's the next legendary character. Are you asking if Fox Next would punish the community by sneaking in Phoenix right before Maw? That would be true. The cycle has changed a bit, but they've added Maw and legendary characters. It did. The cycle changes every time. I have this exact conversation every time with somebody. Someone's like, well, this is what happened last time. And I'm like, okay. And then it changes. And they're like, how'd that happen? I'm like, because I have people in Fox Next that tell me stuff. So I know what's good. I generally have a good understanding of what's actually going to happen. And like what I do know for a fact is it's never shorter than one time in history. It was shorter than 90 days. But it's 90 days is how long it takes from an event to an event. So if you start, in 2 months, you can get a 5-star version of most characters, specifically Star-Lord, because of how early the characters are to farm. In 3 months, you could push close to 6. If the longer I have to start, like I said, I'm not deviating. I'm not even slightly deviating. I'm just gonna go into Star-Lord. Boop. Like, if I can get a 6-star Groot, Yondu, Ravager, Bruiser in the next time, like, I'm going to keep going, because the second I get Star-Lord, I'm not going to worry about anything anymore. Yeah, of course, if you could confirm something was going to happen, clearly you would know, like, they won't tell you when something's going to happen, because then you won't spend money. That's what Fox Next business model is. They're not a good people. Like, the game is the game, but they're not going to tell you, hey, this is when the next events are going to come out. So you can go, great, you can get a base understanding of what to do. And that's why it's so important to stick to something. If I was good with a 5-star Star-Lord, no matter what happened, it's causing me not to spend. Good strategy. You are not the person they're trying to get to spend. You do not equate to that. It's the people who think they have enough time to farm. And if I can confirm Phoenix before Star-Lord, I would definitely buy shards to ensure unlock and push for a 6-star. Yeah, you are technically not spending. More people than not are willing to buy a character offer or so in the week or two going between the events. I got Star-Lord in 65 days, not spending for his characters. Yeah, that stands. Like 3 months, two months is more than adequate to be able to get Star-Lord. You need like a little bit of luck, I think. In random stuff, but ultimately no. Like 2 months is totally reasonable. Streaming. If I could confirm that, yeah, man, I don't know. All I know is, you know, it's important to be able to be a little bit malleable with where you invest, which is why I was able to say, well, I have a Hela, I have a Captain Marvel, I'm gonna go. Yeah. It's always tempting to buy some offers and new legendaries, but having a roof is also tempting. That's fair. Yeah. Well, they did do a pretty decent... So, like, let's also be clear. I'm doing this completely free to play on principle, right? To show that it can be done. Once I show it can be done, none of it matters. No one can take away the fact that 30 days or less as a free to play player, you can immediately have Star-Lord. And then you could probably proceed better than if you had started with the Defenders. And that's the most important part. Part 1 of this is getting Star-Lord. Part 2... No, it's 3 months, sorry. We need 15 more purchases of Boomer. 15 more purchases or 15 more shards? And again, that's completely free to play, right? Now, if you are not free to play, or if you have no problem giving them a handful of dollars every now and then. How'd you get a 4-star Hela? We got a 3-star Hela. I pulled 50 Hela out of a Mega Orb, and then they gave us Hela shards from like random stuff. If you're willing to spend money, if you're not willing to be free to play, like look, $30. Even if there's no Groot free start anymore. Me getting a Groot at free, so just so you know, I haven't stopped farming Groot. I'm gonna have 100 shards on Groot by the time it comes in, because I know a lot of people are stupid and would think that like this is how I got through. Like, no, you have plenty of time. Groot did not matter. Like, having Groot didn't make a difference because I still needed to be able to farm him by that time anyway. So yeah, no, like getting a free Groot was helpful to me, and that might make the difference of a 6-star, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's like that's like saying, well, it doesn't count, Tony. You pulled a ton of shards out of a Mega Orb. Anytime anyone starts this game, something might happen. You have no control over the RNG. Anytime you open, if you open a Mega Orb and you get 100 Mantis shards, you know, it is what it is. Max level is 25. But it won't matter. Like, I will have at least a 5-star in 2 weeks from now. The week 12 review, you will see. Do you refresh the Groot node at all? I don't need. Well, no, because I didn't need to. Yeah, the Groot node's super easy to get to. It's like cosmic something. No, not cosmic. Nexus 2.9. At level 80, 25% is what he means. Oh, okay. Am I right in assuming Night Nurse isn't as good as Shield Medic with healing? She's getting reworked, so I don't know. I wouldn't say ignore her yet, but I like wait to see what happens. Does Shuri require Spider-Verse or Sinister Six? Yes. Invisible Woman requires the Sinister Six. The Sinister Six are Spider-Verse characters. If you work on the Sinister Six team, you can get Shuri. If you... Now, let's look at just all of the Spider-Verse characters in general. If you try to split a little bit, like if you have like the Sinister Six except maybe Mysterio, but you do have like Spider-Man ready to go, then you can use him to get Shuri, but you still will need Mysterio for that event, that kind of thing. That's why working on the Sinister Six specifically is great, because it gives you 2 legendaries, and getting a Shuri early doesn't actually matter. Like, it doesn't make too much of a difference for you, but it's the Invisible Woman that really makes a difference. Yondu Shide's the worst for me. Even Shocker. Oh yeah, we don't Shocker doesn't, we don't talk about that. Need him for IW, but shards, yeah, shards for him is terrible. It's like awful to try to get him. Oop, more orbs. But they are giving us a Mysterio calendar this month. Yeah. So, oh, another premium. Where'd this come from? I know I got some more milestone orbs too. The milestone orbs definitely helped the average players like get more random character shards. Are they good? No, but like let's be realistic here. I'm not farming these guys anytime soon. So I don't mind that the milestone orbs give you random character shards. I think it's time that, like, I think the basic orbs should just be milestone orbs at this point, you know? Like, I have. But Mobile Gamer can't beat a 6 red star Phoenix, so I don't really worry about that. Once he can beat a 6 red star Phoenix, then we can talk. What am I getting all these achievements for? Look at all these extra Hulk shards I'm not going to use. Amazing. None of these are almost ever worth it. Oh, arena. That's right. I wanted to go beat up that that nerd team. All right, what's the best fight? 303? 303 is the best fight. Oh, 298? Okay, hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. We have a change. Oh, no. Got my CM to 14. Nice. Just did Chaos Theory. It was anticlimactic. Yeah, I'm doing it on my phone. I was gonna record a video for it, and then I realized, like, nope. Oh yeah, my 360k Wakandans team. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You can get the top 100 easy. Oh yeah, I only do like 2 or 3 arena fights a day though. Bye bye Hela, you are now dead. Boop. Why aren't you dead? I thought I killed you. No, not my Minerva. Everyone, take defense down. No problem, man. Happy to help. Happy to help if I can. You, take an uppercut. Bleed out. Yeah, normally I would slow Luke Cage, but this isn't a full defenders team, so I don't actually have to worry about anything. How is Glade Blitz going in the main? Oh, it's okay. I'm not really paying attention. All right, now we'll slow him down. Pew. Kaboom. Good core sales. Once in a, they never offer a sale on cores. However, sometimes they offer like the $20 core pack. They'll also throw in like a ton of other random stuff like orbs or energy or something. Those tend to be okay. How do you get offense up on CM? A Minerva's passive heal grants 1 random positive effect. The random positive effects are offense up, speed up, or defense up. Easy war room. Let's go. Thank you, Father John. Father John is the best. Come on now. Kree Noble works too. Yeah, but I'm not using Kree Noble. Yeah, let's beat him up. So to let you guys know what you should be doing going. So I keep my 1 team, right? So we're gonna say this right here is my big team. Yondu. And the shittiest characters I have. They ain't gonna do anything else. So you've been playing the game for a little over 3 months now. Your vids are helpful. Time people. Yeah, that's why. Thank you. First of all, Skyward, thank you so much. Second of all, that's why I'm doing a lot of the team review videos now, because the next team review video I'm doing is Inhumans, because I want. I did as Guardians. Hopefully that prevents people from understanding that it's a whale option, not a. I don't know what that word is. It's a whale option, kind of. So, like, if you want to spend money in the game, spend money in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be fine. I was like, why am I not taking an extra turn? Oh, okay. Like, if you want to spend money, and that's fine, but if you're willing to spend money, you're playing a different game already. You know what I mean? Am I right in assuming that nurse is good to heal or shield medic? Kinda. She's getting reworked. Star Wars coming in June, correct. So this is how you take a small roster and make them a big roster. You take independent characters that you... And I would do that with my main team, too, if I needed to. Here, let's see. Symbiote Spider-Man, right? He's not doing anything. But... I'll put Vulture. No. Let's use Symbiote, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Pyro, Toad, and Crossbones. Why is Nightworks getting a rework? Because she's terrible and needs it. My bad, bro. Fretcher on YouTube today. Got another way to question. Yeah, no problem. I know you went over this Twitch last time. Can you advise what offers are good for cheap to play players? Oh, so the rule of thumb is any offer that's under $5, you could do worse than buying it. If you really, really, really like a character, their first offer for $24.99 is more than adequate. But it is what it is. The offer that I recommend for everybody is the energy offer. The offer is that anytime you see an offer that comes with energy, specifically it's 3,000 energy for like $24, I think. That offer is amazing. That is the best offer. Yeah, that is like the best offer. I get into fights with Casino about it all the time. He's like, just buy that much cores and use them over the couple days. I'm like, no, don't do that. Immediately use them to farm a ton of different characters and gear on all of the nodes you can, and immediately rocket your value up. If you only had $24.99 to spend, maybe, like ever, maybe cores are better because you could choose them over time. But if you're willing to drop $25 right now, that offer is the best offer you can get. Immediately gets you 3,000 experience. The gold you get from that offer alone, that offer is usually worth about 500 to 600,000 gold. I bought 1,000 energy for 99 cents today. I'd buy that every day. That's the only thing keeping me like I'm not doing a free-to-play account because it's cute. I'm doing a free-to-play account because it's important to show if it can be done on free-to-play, when you spend money, you can only be better than this, you know? I don't have reward credits. Damn, that's all my attacks. If the legacy orb offer they had, it was like $10 for 100 legacy orbs. As a free-to-play player, like, look at it like this. For everyone who's like, you got a free Groot, yeah, someone who had $10 in their pocket got 600,000 more gold than I got, and like, I don't know how many extra character shards, a ridiculous amount, like, for $10. So like, once you start drawing comparisons like that, you're not going anywhere. I always use my roommate as an example. He got Yo-Yo. He was on the Blitz for Yo-Yo. His last Blitz was Yo-Yo. So like in the beginner shard, so he got a 3 or 4 star Yo-Yo immediately, and that changed his game. Some people might have gotten a good Red Skull, right? Does that make too much of a difference? I don't know, but it probably helps a ton having a 3 or 4 star Red Skull going into the Villains campaign, or maybe some of the Nexus nodes. That, like, right now, anyone who is able to get Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, they're going to have a great time when it comes to cosmic fights, because those are really good all-around skill-based cosmic characters. Yeah, dude. So, as a rule, if you're spending money, you're going to have an easier time than if you're not. Duh, obviously. For me, if I were to start spending right now, and I like to do this in every stream too, just to kind of talk about it, I would not buy this offer. Getting Captain America is not worth it. He was at one point, he's not worth it. This offer, no chance. I'm not buying RNG orbs. Like, no. Colossus, absolutely not. Not necessary for me. Does not matter. This does nothing for my roster. This doesn't help me now. This probably won't help me later because I don't care. No. Ghost Rider is questionable. He's a very good character. He is a city character. He is a mystic character, and he is a brawler character. Those are 3 really good tags. So this offer would totally be worth it, but I'm not in the market of $30 unlocks. No chance. Hard no. No. Worse than Ghost Rider. So like, meh. Absolutely not. No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm buying these. Hard no. No. This offer, someone asked me yesterday, a bunch of people asked me, what about this offer? Like, is this good value? Like, no, it's not good value, but it's I personally, this is not a gold orb, by the way, it's a Kingpin orb, just important to know. If it was a gold orb, yes, still, but I put every single orb in my head is like 250. Each orb is worth about 250. So, you know, I'm okay with it for value. Like, you're spending about $2 for each of the orbs. The problem is premium orbs suck. I already did a video on that. Premium orbs are not good. So what are you gonna do? This offer, absolutely great. 3,000 energy. All this other stuff is cool. I buy this when I'm at level cap. Not anymore. I don't really spend much money in this game anymore. I spend money in better games. But like I buy this at level cap because that's, you know, like think of all the extra stuff you're gonna get from farming. Unless you have every character at 7-star that's node farmable, like this will help you. This will get you gear. It's so great. What's up, Yule? War consumable. This is the pack of shame. We don't buy this. This is the pack of shame. This is for what's the word we used? The lazy whales, because the actual whales will just use their cores to buy the war energy they're missing, but the lazy whales will forget to do that and then accidentally buy this pack. I bought this many times. This is the pack of shame. What's up, Andrew? This pack, not very useful, not very useful, not very useful. A little bit more useful. Like this pack is actually a little bit higher impact than this, as far as like what you get, but you're buying war credits, right? So nope. This is the new player offer. Like if you're gonna ever spend money, this is it. This is, if you've purchased this offer, congratulations, you are no longer a free-to-play player. If this is the only thing you purchase, congratulations, you're no longer a free-to-play player. Nope. We used to call these the snack packs. Absolutely not. This is useless now. But people don't like, this pack is purchased by people who think that blitzing is about using your strongest team multiple times. So this pack is never worth buying. This pack is never worth buying. Fine, but not good value, but like you got extra money, buy the stuff so you don't have to farm it. Nope. Nope. Hard no. Definitely no. This is everything you need to know, right? So you can buy, for 450 power cores, you can buy a premium orb. So for the cost of 2 premium orbs, you can buy 2 premium orbs, or 3 or 4. No. If this was like 3, 4, or 5, well, then it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? No, I've been here. Stop chirping. Yeah, none of these offers stand out. Like, there's not many offers in the store right now that as a free-to-play player I would consider. Just sucks. So nothing there is enticing. Like I said, the only thing I do look at and go, wait a minute, are, surprise, surprise, anytime I click on this button to look for a character, hey look, Tony, a 10 for 10 for the day? No, I didn't see what the reset one was. Like, no, their offer prices are fine. They need to double the number of things you get. This offer is phenomenal, right? Where is it though? Why can't I see this? Why is it only here? Because if now, like, let's be clear, if you're starting the game and totally willing to spend money, you can do whatever you want and then buy these characters to be done with your Star Lord farm. You know what I mean? Like $30, that's a 3-star Yondu on day 1. You know what I mean? Like 3 stars. I guarantee you're gonna get the rest. For me, this is a 4. This is halfway to a 6-star Yondu. So these new player offers, and by the way, it says special offer. This offer is always here until I buy it. Like, this is the kind of thing that, like, I'm tempted by that in Drax. Yeah, Drax is the same one. Drax is a little bit less important because you don't have to, you know, until you buy it 6 times. Oh yeah, well, you could buy it 6 times, but that's not, you're not a free to play, or you're not a casual spender looking to get good value. You're a whale at that point. If you're spending $180 or $160 on something, you're like, you've crossed the threshold, you know. Wait, Father John, you here? Were they like literally only defending the flight decks and now other rooms are just garbage stuff? Because I'm not seeing any hard fights. I'm seeing like mediocre fights. Wait, are those offers for every character now? Yep. not every character, but specific characters. So far looks that way. Okay, cool. We're winning this war. Let's kill you. Bridge probably. Oh yeah, bridge and reactor too, but like that's fine. No, I need that. What's up, Tim? By the way, just so you know, every time somebody talks to me, oh god, I didn't realize the 5,000 heal blocks. All I heard all week was Incredibles was trash. Incredibles was trash. Dash is great, but Incredibles is not. Yep, can't do it. Okay. Jack's meh. Any DSA? Not on YouTube. This video is almost coming to it. So we're not there yet. So I lose out on a total of 9 tier 3 ability materials. Oh well. Does nerfing Ultron? Ultron didn't get nerfed, and why do people think that? Where's my DSA tier list? I haven't made it yet. I haven't made it yet because there's so many bad tier lists out that I'm like, why? Like, I'm not going to make a tier list and have to stand there next to people saying Gaston is a top 10 character. Tomorrow, my DSA May top 10 list comes out. Tomorrow, my DSA top 10 May characters comes out. Hades dropped to number 5. And Dash went up. And that'll be the top 10 list. But I've seen people who have top 10 of the first characters you get. Yeah, he's the best character you get for free. No, he's the 10th best character you get for free of 10. I think you actually get 9 for free. Terrible. I just need to know who to avoid. There's an infographic on my Discord. Astelled makes it. Everyone else just got stronger. Yeah, like, he didn't get nerfed. People got stronger around him, and it doesn't devalue what he does. Ultron is still better. Is it my infographic? No, but the person who did it kind of leaned on some information I was giving anyway, in addition to, like, he took the good advice. Like, he's a smart dude. So it's all stuff that I made a video on it, like, talking about how I thought it was accurate. Tony, is there a star requirement for Dark Dimension 2? Gear tier 13 only. Same old Ultron, still a threat. Yeah, the second people think that Ultron is not... he's as effective in PvE. He's as effective in PvP as he's always been. Like, Ultron hasn't been a threat in Arena for about 2 months. 3 months, right? Ultron hasn't been a problem as on Arena defense. I still use Ultron on Arena offense because he's still the best single target damage dealer in the game when he hits his ult. So... and when he doesn't actually end up killing the character, don't worry, Black Bolt does it. So Ultron is a one-man army for PvE and for PvP. You don't need him on Alliance War defense anymore because now he's great on Alliance War offense. So pull him off defense and use. If I didn't have Carnage, who should my team be with? Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, Miles, Venom. I don't know who else you have, but characters I would throw on there immediately. Hela would be a really good increment to that one. I would actually probably use Hela and Loki on that team and pull out regular Spider-Man if you have them. For what rating? Ultron? You can raid with Ultron. He's also incredibly useful in U7. Like, if you're not 60%ing U7, Ultron is still the best thing you can do to 60% U7. Promise. Promise. How strong should my Hela or Black Bolt be for bringing into U7? Strong as you can get him. You don't hold back on U7 characters. Like, if the point of the character is to be a U7 character, you don't hold back. You go, okay, the stronger they are, the better they're going to be. Right now. Over time, we're going to probably figure out the solution to U7 the same way that BKT figured out how to do U6. Remember, before the BKT, U6 was a nightmare. You had to use, like, Fury Shield and Storm. Wait until someone picks Ultron in the real-time PvP and you get duped. That's right. I'm in process of making them stronger. Just wondering what the switch out should look like. I don't bring a single character under 50k into U7. Hopefully that information helps. 150k. No, we don't have a 10 for 10 yet. They might just not have it anymore. Can I do another raid fight? I think I could clear this node. Oh no, I can't. I did all the... Yeah. So, and this is another thing. When I do get Star-Lord, now I'll have 2 teams, right? So I'll be able to use the Guardians team completely, and or even like somewhat a Minerva team, the BKT. The point is I'm going to have the BKT, and U6 is not going to be an issue for me. So because U6 is not going to be an issue for me, as soon as the day I get Star-Lord, like the second I get Star-Lord, and specifically in Rocket, I apologize. I'd also need Rocket. But the second I get that team to like 100 and 110, 120k, that's it. We're done. Like I'm gonna do all of U6 all day on my free-to-play account. I'm not even gonna be level 70 by the time that happens. I'm gonna be like level 66. Prediction right now. I'll be level 66 when Star-Lord comes out. When I get Star-Lord, and I'll have Rocket because I almost have Rocket. What is he, like 10 shards away? Exactly 10 shards away. Why do I have a 5 red star Psylocke? For U7, Shuri is a better gear tier 4. Look at it like this, Drax. If you've used them, right? Which one dying ruins your fight? Scientist Supreme. So if Shuri dies, Scientist Supreme might res her, but if Scientist Supreme dies, Shuri still could keep the rest of your team alive and like stable for the entire time. So for my money, Shuri is the better gear 14 than Scientist Supreme. But that's it. What is not? BKT? What do you mean? It's free to play. If you have an adequate team, you can beat Dark Dimension in a single day. Dark Dimension 2 in a single day? I don't have that much thought. Remen regrets Shuri? For what? What does Remen regret Shuri for? For Dark Dimension 3? BKT? Best Kree team. Star-Lord, Rocket, Thanos, Minerva. For Dark Dimension 3? Yeah, but like... I don't know why. I don't know why he would regret Shuri. For Dark Dimension 3, it didn't matter who it was. Even if it was Scientist Supreme, wouldn't matter. She'd be dead. First fight, she doesn't have that many hit points. Like, she has no armor. She would just get one shot. So what's she gonna do? Heal someone, put defense down on your characters, and then they all get one shot? Oh, yeah, no. A bunch of people are having a bunch of different conversations, so I'm trying to keep them all together. For Dark Dimension 3, doesn't matter. Have Phoenix. Doesn't matter who the other ones are. Yeah. Yeah, I regret not bringing up the cheapest characters in Phoenix, you know, like in retrospect. My first 5 characters should have been 5 global characters, 4 garbage characters that cost nothing, and Phoenix, because that's all the difference it makes. That said, I'm bringing in characters I use for U7 and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'm done, right? I think that's it. Okay, so I like to do the end of week kind of. Do you need one more character type thing, or any 5 will start? Any 5 starts. You need 5 characters specifically to start, but you don't have to bring in all 5 characters. You can bring in 2 or 3 or something. So let's see. What is my next progress? So we have a raid team, right? So Hela, CM, Thor, Miles, and honestly, we're probably going to replace Minerva with Symbiote Spider-Man. Or we'll replace Miles with Symbiote Spider-Man, because I have a Minerva, and now is the point where she's relevant. Keep in mind, like, I none of these are even getting invested in. Like, okay, these will, because they're blue gear, and blue gear doesn't actually matter to me right now, or blue ability materials. So she's a little bit stronger, but she's done. I'm not putting more gear into her. I'm not. The best thing I might do is bring up her level, but I'm being very careful when it comes to using training materials, as you've seen, because I want to know that when I get a key character, for example, when I unlock Star-Lord, I want to know for a fact. You need a tank for Dark Dimension 2? You need a protector. You need to protect Minerva. If you're using Minerva. If you're not using Minerva, then no one has that information. Like, no, like, someone with a 340 something K Defenders team beat Dark Dimension 2 in like a month and a half or something ridiculous. Like, he was halfway through Dark Dimension 2 when someone with a good team that was weaker went in, and they beat around the same time. So, like, technically any team can do it if you're willing to waste the resources. And yeah, it would be a waste, because for all the resources you put into getting a 340k defenders team, you could build a team that will beat Dark Dimension and another raid. You can have 250 to 200k teams without having wasted a single piece of materials. IW, Minerva, Star Lord, JJ, like the best team is like IW, Minerva. Technically, I guess CM is probably fine if you have her, right? Like, with Minerva on the team, CM just gets a little bit stronger. Star Lord, Groot, Minerva, Hela, and I'm working on a 5th for Dark Dimension 2. Star Lord, Groot, Minerva, Hela. IW would be good. On that team, IW would be good. You might even get a little bit more value out of some other characters, but Star-Lord feeding Minerva, Groot's job keeps everybody alive, Hela's kind of a crazy character. Yeah, their 5th character, dude. At this point, your 5th character. IW is the best choice. It doesn't matter who else you put in. Like, if you don't, like, at that point, that team should probably carry, so you'll be okay. Dark Dimension 3 is Phoenix, maybe Colossus too. Didn't use Colossus. Why would I need Colossus? I'm already progressed. I'm on node 3 or something. I've missed 2 days of Dark Dimension. I've missed 2 days of Dark Dimension 3. That's how little that game mode matters to me. So I just go in, I flip with Phoenix, I do 20% of their health, and then I ult with her, and I do a little bit more, and then I progress into the next day. And then I get my Mega Orb, and I open it, and it's Cable. So what am I going to do? Anyway, so we're going to do a sign-off idea. So this coming week, right, what I'm going to work on. I don't have to do anything with these characters. They're pretty okay. They're at a really good spot. You don't need 5 global? Yeah, correct. Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be the last bio character. Funny, Yuletide. Is going to be the last bio character I bring up to gear tier 10. At least for now, right? I'm also gonna work a little bit on Loki. So my day farms are still 1, 2, 3 energy. With them, I might be doing some refreshes because I have a really decent amount of cores coming in because I'm constantly in top. Usually I'm top 250, but like my oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't actually changed my defense. No, that's right. Yeah, I'd like to get Loki a little bit stronger. Yeah, so I'd like to get Loki a little bit stronger. Realistically, what I'm going to end up doing is Symbiote Spider-Man, Loki, that's going to be the back 2, and then these 3 are probably going to stay the same. So that's what I'm looking for as an arena defense. But I do want to keep pushing up a little bit. 257, what's the best fight I can take? 256, Defenders fight. Cool, let's go. Is that why you're not using Symbiote Spider-Man? He's not gear tier 10? Yeah, you don't just put in a character because he exists. You put in a character when they're strong enough. A character isn't completed until they're 6664. So for me, if I unlock a character and I can't get them at least to 20k, which is usually like gear tier 10, 6664 in abilities, they're not done, so I don't waste my time. Very few characters are that good. We're gonna do this. Damn, that hit really hard. I think the slow is important. Kaboom. Damn. How far are you Grimer Farm Blitz? where these character shards turn. How I can't. I have under 1 million TCP. I blitz until I get like a decent chunk of milestones. I can't, without spending an unreasonable amount of time that I'm just not willing to do. Blitz doesn't do anything for me. I get no value out of it. Not until you have sustainable good teams. And by building more blitz teams early, you're losing out on resources. So many people talk about how they don't have resources. They don't have training materials. They don't have gold. Well, a lot of it's because you waste it. Because you build up like a secondary team or a tertiary team and you're like, this is great. Like, I'm getting a couple more blitz points and I'm getting these new character shards. But, like, dude, what's Proxima Midnight going to do for you? Or what's Corvus Glaive going to do for you? When's the blitz review for Defenseless? At 1 million points. I will do, when I have 1 million TCP, I will do my blitz review. People should learn that this is a resource management game. It's not a resource management game. There's no such thing. All games are resource management games. So calling this a resource management game would be deceitful and dishonest. Like, all games have elements of resource management. Every single game. World of Warcraft has elements of resource management. You know, like, would you call World of Warcraft a resource management game, or would you call it an MMORPG? This is a 5v5 strategy game, but there are resource management elements. The reason I say it's not a resource management game is because if you inject money, real world money into this game, there's not a single resource you can't buy. Everything is purchasable in this game. Now, everything is purchasable. So, boop, and I guess I'll make a supply purchase with enough money. Sure, yeah, like, every single thing is purchasable in this game. And if you want to be efficient with your money, or make sure you're spending it in a way that, like, helps you out over the long term and you're not wasting it, that's important, obviously, too. But, like, overall, everything is purchasable. Oh no, almost clicking that. I've almost clicked this button way too many times. That's why I get afraid when I have 1300, because many times I've almost got that one. This one I'll buy. Blitz battles, fine. Yeah, so this is what I do in Blitz now. So I'm in tier 3. I'll usually fight up to tier 4. And I can get up to 6 and hold 6 with my top 3 teams right now. But other than that, it gets a little bit more challenging. But yeah, the goal for the next week is Gear Tier 10, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Loki, right? That's the goal for the next week. Theoretically, they are, in that you can refresh the store until it's there. And there are enough offers frequently enough that you can constantly be getting... like, you mean... If you're saying, like, it's impossible to... I don't have to fight this fight. If you're saying it's impossible to go, I want a 7-star Black Bull, I'm going to give the money to them and have a 7-star Black Bull. That's fair. Feel free to ask. Go ahead. Yes, that's correct. But ultimately, like, I could just keep buying red stars and keep buying red stars and have enough credits now that, like, the orbs line up, that instead of opening a 5 or 6 orb, I could just keep getting promotion credits until I can afford to. So the 7-star versions of red stars, yeah, those are probably not purchasable. But other than that, 10 for 10's over? Probably. For Shield Main, should I stop investing around level 50 gear tier 10? I'm using them as I farm Guardians. Again, SD, stop investing in them when they can't win anymore. So if you're not beating, you know, teams in Arena, what you want to do, guaranteed, you want to stay top 500 in Arena. Period. That's it. Yes, obviously you want to be number 1. Duh. Now that we've gotten that stupid thing out of the way, you want to be in the top 500. The reason you want to be in the top 500 is because if you're top 500, you have enough arena credits that you can buy 1 character a day, and every other day you get another character. You get 500 arena credits here. You get 500 a day from being in top 500. And then the 250 credits you get every other day gives you another character purchase. Shield needed to unlock Iron Man, correct. This isn't a team. No other lucky pulls until CM calendar is done. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But you should be fine. But like, that's the point. They're a holding team. You invest in them while they can hold. And again, they're the shield minions. You're never going to not use them. They're just going to be invested in already for when you eventually end up getting Nick Fury. And then you're like, cool, now I have Fury Shield. You know, like, you're not wasting the resources. You're getting early value out of a good team that as you progress and get stronger, they will be stronger overall. Have you seen the Frozen event? Yeah, if you call it an event. It's more like the Mulan thing, where the more time you spend, you go in. I got him, but like, he's okay. I think he's better than people give credit for, but in a game mode that doesn't exist yet. How do arena shards work? I'm in the first week and top week. Yeah, you're in the first week. Arena shards start randomly. It's not the beginning of a month, but it's basically like over a period of time. That's when an arena shard begins, right? So you're facing off against other people, and in the like the first day of arena, the first day you unlock arena, you're gonna, like, I would recommend using some charges to buy a couple of extra attacks, because you're climbing so quickly that you're great. Now I usually hold about top 250, as you saw. Like, I did two or three fights and I was like, just someone hit me and that was it. But I also had to update my defense team. I did want to get one more in, but it's too long for that. There are 10,000 people pools. There are 10,000 slots in the pool. There are very infrequently 10,000 actual people. That's what, like, some of the early, like, the bottom 4,000 are probably like just bots and like fake accounts. Should we bother going for a 7-star Fury or Iron Man? Should you bother going for a 7-star Fury or Iron Man? Like, don't prioritize it, but like, that's something that I think a lot of people kind of like focus farm. Like, if the characters aren't necessary for something, do it later. You know what I mean? Like, getting Fury is important because then you have him. Getting him stronger, that comes in time anyway. So, you know, don't stop working on progress on something else because of that. Now, what I do like is, and I'm specifically not talking about it right now, what am I going to do after I get Ultron? That's the theory. Like, Tony, you said you're running a free-to-play account. You plan on having a 10-month Ultron. That's what you've said. All while having a team that's great at doing all of the things you have to, and you know, like doing raids and progressing where you need to. That was my plan, right? What I haven't said is what I'm going to do after Ultron yet, because ultimately I don't actually know. I have a couple of ideas, but I don't know what state the game is going to be in. PvP arena, right? So when they bring live PvP in, that might functionally change something. Because if you're live PvP arena and you're bringing in the defenders, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, you're gonna lose. It's not like arena. It's not like, you know, like, you're not gonna do okay. On Blitz tab, do you open purple orbs or catalyst orbs? I've been opening bio because more characters I care about are bio. Sometimes I'll swap out to tech because I know I'm gonna need to invest in at least 2 to 3 tech characters. But if you check out real quick, bio, like, bio has been a real big thing for me. Mystic has been a little bit, but that's just these 2 characters, maybe a little for Yondu. And then tech has been Minerva, and then characters I don't have yet. So I have 60. Can you still unlock him? Symbiote Spider-Man's dude. You need 40 shards. You have until May 13th. You need 40 shards, and yeah, the fastest way to get Symbiote Spider-Man is to purchase the offer. You cannot speed through it. That's the milestone event. There's a hard cap. Like, I can't spend. If I spend another, what is that, 100,000 gold, I get 1 more character shard. So I'll be at 10. The fighting battles one, this is based on your alliance. So being in a good alliance will definitely help. Save the world. Here, you can't target farm him. There's a reason why this video is called Defenseless and not start with Symbiote Spider-Man, because if Symbiote Spider-Man was accessible to everybody at all times, I would be making this entire video series. What's the offer? It's like $30 for 50 Spider-Man shards when it comes out. If this offer, if like Symbiote Spider-Man was the arena store, guess what? Tony's next free-to-play video is not going to be target farming Star-Lord. It's going to be immediately get Symbiote Spider-Man, then target farm Star-Lord, because then you have like Symbiote Spider-Man will replace Defenders as the best team, the best character in the game, like, hands down. Like, that's how good he is. How easy it is for you to get characters like Spider-Man, who's not great but good enough with that team, to get characters like Miles, who's not great but good. Well, he is great in the early game too, but like good enough. Getting access to Venom early, which is a character that I don't have access to right now. Use a ton of gold this week. Oh yeah. Well, this is the second Symbiote Spider-Man event. This is the second Symbiote Spider-Man event. I was around for the first one. So I got a couple, I think I was like a little bit over halfway done from the first event. And this is the second one. There's one more Symbiote Spider-Man event coming. Probably in like a month after this one ends. Probably June. Mid-June, I guess. Anything else I can open? Nope, those don't matter. Gold orbs don't matter. Yes. All right, so that's it. So like I said, we're going to work on these two characters. We're not going to work too much on these guys. There's no reason to. Does Miles counter Defenders? Yes. If so, how so? His entire kit. Venom Shock slows down Luke Cage, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about Luke Cage taunting, which is the biggest problem with that fight. The rest of your team should be able to beat up on these squishy defenders like Iron Fist and Punisher. And once the fight is just Luke Cage, JJ, and Daredevil, your team will win. It does not matter. If Luke Cage can't put defense up on that team, you win. So Venom Shock specifically counters Luke Cage. Everything else he does is just great. Web Blast is like an emergency, like in case you need to put Disrupted on other characters, but that's it. Miles hard counters the defenders by hard countering Luke Cage, because Luke Cage's defense up makes the other characters survive, and then his taunt makes it impossible for you to hit them. So if you turn one Spider Miles Luke Cage, the other characters you have, like I said, if Symbiote Spider-Man became early access, doesn't even matter if he was like 180 shard unlock, I would say farm him to unlock. Then don't worry, you've won. You're done. Yeah, again, the earlier you get him, the better off you are, but, you know, that's up to you. And then I guess maybe I might make a little bit of a concerted push now that I have a bunch of characters that I think could work well to getting a little bit higher. Oh, okay, you know what? I'll end this on one more arena fight. Do I beat up another Defenders team? 219 is the bet. 218. Yeah, his kit counters what you need to do for the Defenders. Wait until they add a fourth legit symbiote. That team is going to dominate. You think they're going to wait 6? Yeah. $218. Oh, god damn it. Cool. What teams counter Asgardians? Depends on their investment. Like on war defense or just in general? Do you have a character you're going to tier 4 when you get level 65 already? Not really. Alright, so we're going to heal block him. Oh no, we're not going to heal block him? Well, that's shitty. That's a 35k Iron Fist. Huh. I'm not happy about that, so we're just going to basic. Oh, bye, Hella. Oh, yeah, I can absolutely get to Venom if I wanted to. I don't want to. I don't need another bio character to work on right now. I like to point out that this team had very high investment, and I punched up this high against it because of how the characters work together. My Minerva is 17k. My Minerva is half the power of every single character on this team. She did nothing on this entire fight. She basicked one character and then died. What type of team comp do you recommend? Teams. No, not team comp, teams. You can use the Defenders if you get them up there. You can use the Guardians. You can use Fury Shield. You can use any team that is a raid team will double as a Dark Dimension 1 team. That's it. It's not a hard... No, I'm sure... I can't find it. Yeah. So if you happen to be working on the Defenders and you've already like, oopsie, I followed the wrong advice and I worked on them, cool. Like, go in, do Dark Dimension 1, no big deal. I now know people who did Dark Dimension 2 before they did Dark Dimension 1 because it was just easier. That would actually be really fun as a free-to-play person to just skip Dark Dimension 1 completely. We'll see. Okay, last-ditch effort. Anything fun? Nope. Cool. So, yeah, beating specifically... Oh, man, Ms. Marvel node in Dark Dimension 1 is painful. Yeah, it's like one of the hardest nodes in the game, but, like, there's kill orders and stuff for it. I have Defenders, but they're fairly weak. My strong complete teams are Asgardians, Inhumans, and Guardians. You have the... Well, once you get Star-Lord, you'll be done. You know what I mean? Like, Inhumans can't do it. They don't have the sustain. Even with the good crystal. If, like, you can use the Guardian. Guardians is the best... Like, I don't say the best team, but Guardians requires the least investment. So if that means best to you, then that means best to you. How do you get enough orange mats for DD2 for Dark Dimension to do to 1? How would you get enough orange mats? How would you get enough orange mats? How would you get enough orange mats? To skip DD1, you playing the game. Like, you gotta buy the uniques anyway, right? You're saying that, Platinum, but I have 3 people that have done it in less than 9 months. 3 people with 9-month Ultron that just didn't even do Dark Dimension. The day they got Star-Lord, they started hard farming the characters. Stop, that was strange. Stores just seem like they're taking that. Yeah, it might take a long time to finish. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Did you know the least stars you could take Minerva in? I took in a 3-star, 0 red star Minerva when I did it, and I was the 1,006th person to finish Dark Dimension on my main account. So 1,006 people finished it before me. I had a 3-star Minerva, 0 red stars. And I did it in 9 days. Got Iron Fist to Gear Tier 10. So happy now because all gear goes to hell. Oof. Sorry about that. All right, guys. That's it. Gotta call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a couple more YouTube videos coming out. Well, obviously, forever. That's kind of what it means to be a YouTuber, right? I don't have any other streams this weekend, but I might do a DSA stream tomorrow on Twitch. Is 3 red star worth 10 credits? Depends on the character, Jay. Black Bolt, yes. Nebula, no. From there, you decide. Isn't there a shortage of orange gear? You just have to farm the uniques. Yeah, we'll be fine. Not really much else. We talked about this team. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't have anything, but feel free to like comment because this becomes a video at the end of it. So if there's any questions from here that you missed, I fixed all the audio problems, so it shouldn't be muted anymore. If you do have any questions, or it's experience, Hector, I do my best to share my experience. If you do anything, let me know. And of course, join my Discord, which is comment in the comment section of this video, as well as everywhere on my info section. And that's why I do this. So next week, week 11, 2 weeks left until I'm going to say I'm ready for Star-Lord. Whether or not he comes or not, that's still 90 days Star-Lord, like a 90-day fiance, except I didn't give me a ring. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. I'll catch you later. Be good.